Welcome to the Take It Home podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. Got the real crew of good-looking guys, or was it just three guys? I guess is what we're going with. Here tonight. I'll go ahead and give a hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at zhendricksbrand.com. Of course, check us out, Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. And I'll pass it off to the senior official.
Hey guys, referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast hunt, Perch? Because I kind of know what Zach's was.
Yeah, some pancakes at a hotel were all right, but we ended up hitting up a couple of Philly cheesesteaks from the Knicks and Nifty 50s out on the East Coast. One in Philly, one in Jersey. Damn good Philly cheesesteaks. Cooper Sharp, no onions, just bread, meat, cheese. Phenomenal. And ended up getting the best deli sandwich I've ever had in my life over in Brooklyn from just a deli on a corner. And it was the biggest, fattest, heftiest, almost took me out for the night sandwiches I've ever had. So good eats, no shortage of good eats, and a lot of pizza once I hit Chicago. Lots of pizza.
Well, I don't know about Zach's Sunday, but Saturday.
Saturday. Friday night, stayed at De Casa de Simmons and had some banging waffles, bro. They were nice. Not too hard, not too soft. Good. We're rip and dip, bro. Yeah, I don't have a lot of waffles, but those are banging, bro.
Yeah, you made a mess of the syrup everywhere.
Did I?
Yes.
I apologize. I'm a child. I'm a child.
I know you are. But at least you enjoyed it. It showed you enjoyed it.
Well, I am sorry. I'll make sure to be cleaner. I thought I was good. That's how bad I am, bro.
that was you at your best. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, K-Dot made some waffles on Saturday. They were very good. Love when she makes me breakfast. Sunday, I don't remember.
I know when you watch a show with your girl, like about couples and all that, and they first start dating, and the guy's putting on all the moves and cooking breakfast for her in bed and all that stuff. Your girl's like looks at you and says, you used to do that.
No, she doesn't, because I've never made breakfast.
I did when I first started with Val, and I don't do it that much anymore and got called out. But like we made some banging scrambled eggs, put some fire sauce on it.
Fire sauce is a good seasoning. I like it in my mashed potatoes.
Don't Val.
Yeah.
She's in the background. She says,
Yep, fire sauce in your mashed potatoes with some cheese.
I don't know, man. My mashed potatoes are nice and plain. Like I hate when people put ketchup on mashed potatoes, bro. It's disgusting.
Well, yeah, that's ketchup. This is fire sauce. This is Taco Bell.
Oh, man. Taco Bell's good, yeah, but
completely different. Completely different.
Yeah. Maybe.
But whatever we had for breakfast on Sunday, I'm sure it was something K-Dot wanted.
Sausage, egg, and cheese waffle sandwich.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sausage, egg, and cheese waffle sandwiches with the leftover waffle batter. That's what it was.
Waffles.
Yes. We are all about the waffles, and we are all about that banger of the week. Perch.
Banger of the week. Let me tell you, this one hits as a banger. We were on our way to New York, out to Dre's home state. Represent
my hometown.
Represent hometown in it. Yeah. And it was cool. We were going over the Brooklyn Bridge, and it was good crew. And the song came on the radio, someone's phone, and it was bumping. Can't Nobody by Lil Wayne featuring DMX.
Ooh.
Banger. absolute banger.
God,
Yeah,
I don't think
it
I've
hit
listened
just
to
right.
this song nearly enough as I should.
It hit just right. I think it may be a newer one, but yeah, really good as far as driving through New York over some bridges, looking out at amazing views. This song hit like none other.
Yeah. DMX from Yonkers, but that's fine. We still got love for him. RP, one of the greatest, definitely one of my favorite rappers of all time. And yeah, I have not listened to that song enough. It is a good one.
Brooklyn was very chill. I
Yes,
enjoyed it.
yes, it can be very nice, very nice. So why don't we talk about what we watched this past week? Perch, you were on the road a lot. I don't know if you got a chance to really watch anything.
Yeah, we ended up catching the West Coast feed of Dynamite last week on the East Coast. So we were up to like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, because it was so damn good. My goodness. Um, Claudio taking on Ray Phoenix to start that match, to start that night. Holy smokes. Um, Orange Cassidy ended up having a banger in there too
Yep. Was that?
against Daniel Garcia.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Um,
I don't think K Dot was the biggest fan of that one.
uh,
The Orange Cassidy, Daniel Garcia match. She were like, he's getting. She knew Orange Cassidy was going to win.
mm-hmm.
Got took her out of it.
Yeah, he had his best opportunity, and he did. He did all right. Um, the girls had a good match. Is it Julia against Anna?
Yep.
Um, cool to see. And the House of Black was pretty damn cool as well. Just the
Yeah,
whole
they're great trios champions.
presentation and the championship, and
Matches have all been fire with everybody.
and Christian with that promo, so good,
Yep.
so good. They're rolling, and that was all leading into Moxley coming out to a steel cage in Detroit, and that place was rocking. It was so cool. Detroit loves pro wrestling,
Yes.
and it's cool to see.
And
And they were,
got to see all the homies.
yeah, and all the homies were there. When Omega came out and the brawl broke out, and all the homies broke out to break him up. Yeah, amazing match. I really enjoyed it. Good barbed wire, good weaponry.
Like
Good
tried
vintage.
to fool me into thinking that Jake something couldn't do something to break this up.
Yeah.
He looks monstrous out there. That security guard can definitely get this under control.
That guy can go.
What about and Karam too?
Yeah, they had those two out there, like at the bottom of the ramp. Like, I think these two can definitely get this under control.
Yeah,
What
that was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed and a good turn at the end too. Omega hits, and I accept the defeat with the one-winged angel for John Moxley. But out of nowhere,
Yep,
out of nowhere,
out of nowhere,
an angel comes by and blesses, I guess, in the form of Don
Lucifer was an
Callis.
angel, I guess.
Yeah, the other wing of the angel, maybe the devil on the angel's wings. But yeah, Moxley wins in a turn of events. Great pro
that's what we're
wrestling.
gonna call it, a turn of events. What do we think will happen? There was a turn of events, and Moxley won.
Yup. It was incredible. I enjoyed every second of that match. Watched it twice.
I definitely had to rewind that finish because I didn't believe it when it happened. Didn't believe that jerk would do that because it felt like they were always teasing it, but he would come through. So I just figured he's going to come through again. He just came through. He just came through. He just saved Kenny. 20 seconds, if not before this. I didn't rewatch the whole match, but I rewound that last
It had to be that way.
those last couple seconds a couple times.
Oh, it was great. Great show.
Really enjoying House of Black as the trios champions. Again, just want to say that I love that any combination of the three of them can hit their finisher. So really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to put over? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, that was the big week.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I figured you probably couldn't get much watching in. No, you were putting over the DDT tournament last week, but have not started that. It is in the queue. Got the page up for night one. But Best of the Super Juniors started over the weekend over for New Japan. So it has been a minute since I watched, but I always enjoy Best of the Super Juniors. They added
Speedball Mike.
Yep, Speedball Mike. Speedball Mike. They added a wrinkle this year. Instead of the winners of A block and B block going on to wrestle in the finals, it is the top two will then go into a bracket style tournament in the final four to crown a champion. So really looking forward to that. That should be fun. Maybe extended a little bit until Wrestle Kingdom, though it is like 7 months away. Tournament ends at the end of May, but maybe they'll do it at Fall Duntaku. But really good night one. Lots of fire matches. Speedball Mike in the main event against Romu. A dream match, and they're giving that to you on the first night. Very good. Look like it's a first time matchup, and you could tell in some instances. And when I say in some instances, very few and little things. It's just like that wasn't hit as cleanly as they would have liked it, but it still looked devastating. For me, best match is going to have to go to Kushida and was it Desperado? Maybe Kushida's match. Whoever wrestled Kushida night one. That was match of the night for me on night one with Speedball Hiromu being two. I'm in the middle of watching night two, and then night three will be after that. Gotta say, just five guys, the rebirth of Kanemaru. He still comes to the ring with his whiskey bottle, but shaved up. That is a pretty man. He doesn't look as old anymore. Definitely looks like like 10 years younger. Just a real good looking guy all of a sudden. And he's definitely been showing out. These first 2 days, I've enjoyed both of his matches. Definitely really good psychology and picking guys apart. But yeah, and then watch Dynamite. So lots of good wrestlers. Really hurt by Don Callis. I'm crushed, but we move on. Zach, what did you watch?
Not much. I watched like a little bit of Raw, like watching Ali get his moment. I watched whatever I was awake for in the car for Super Juniors with but I was very sleepy, boy. And I watched our matches that we had this weekend, and I know we're gonna talk about it in a minute.
All right. So why don't we just jump into it then? Zach, what did we do this weekend?
This weekend we did the wrestles in Minnesota. First of all, in Wisconsin, we defended our Brew City Wrestling Tag Team Championships, and we lost, but we didn't get pinned.
Yes, we did lose. It was a triple threat with us. I believe it's Stash Dance Resolution now. That was throwing me off.
It's actually resolution the whole time. We just have been saying it wrong.
Oh, well then. Who on us?
They were they like Stash walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, it's Stash Dance Resolution." I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
my bad."
So
So I'm glad I'm not in this alone.
Oh yeah, so I've just been wrong this entire time. I feel horrible. But yes, against them, and at this point, longtime rivals TAU.
Might be
TAU.
our yeah. Purchase what favorite tag team? TAU.
Like that'll be their shirt or their new tagline.
I'm a Perch guy.
Yeah. I'm a Dan Perch guy instead of I'm a Greg Gagne guy.
Oh yeah.
I'd buy it. Yeah,
They
so
did just launch their own t-shirt shop. So
yep, they did just get their t-shirt shop. As much as we
look at
don't
that.
like them, go give them money and buy their shirt.
Look at that. We're plugging their stuff for them.
Yeah, what
They're
good vets we
welcome.
are.
No.
But yeah, triple threat. Lots of fire, lots of big moves. Unfortunately, though, a green miss kind of took us out, and my anger and enjoyment of beating up Josiah kind of distracted me, and Stash Dance was able to get the crucifix pin on Wah.
I heard Ross page you a little. DJ Ross page you on the side because Josiah is dating his daughter. So I totally understand, bro. You gotta get your money when you get it.
Yeah. Doing what we can. Doing what he can, I guess. But yeah, unfortunate results of a very good match. And it would kind of repeat that story on Saturday when we traveled to Hastings, Minnesota for MAW Get the Tables.
Yes, sir. It was our return as a tag team at MAW. You know, we've been there before, done tag match one other time. We're undefeated as a tag team. Got to take on a new tag team in Royal Flavor. They've been tearing it up, having a lot of good tag matches. They worked the premiere. They're working the Bang Bros soon. They worked NDS. So you know, just a really good tag team. Getting
About to
those
work Twist and Flip.
Oh, about to work Twist and Flip too.
Yep. So
Yeah.
some young guys on the come up, and MAW is doing a good job of getting them to wrestle people who are better than them.
Yes, sir. Had a fun match. No complaints. Besides us losing. But you know, this is I don't see this being the last time we wrestle Royal Flavor. It feels like it'll eventually become a thing like everyone else, like the Caribbeans, NDS, and all that. It's just gonna become that routine where it happens, and we'll be ready for the next one.
Definitely. And then Perch, tell us about your trip.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Went out to Philadelphia to meet up with Adam and a referee on the East Coast this weekend. I ended up hitting up the Phillies game, and it was so cool. Awesome stadium. Phillies were down 1-0 all game. Scored one in the bottom of the ninth, went to extras, and on a would-be double play ball, the ball got past the first baseman. Phillies scored, walk-off win. It was cool. I was a completely neutral fan for Toronto and the Phillies, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Phillies were really cool. Good villains, good heels, good villains, and I enjoyed.
St. Louis scored on the Brewers in a very similar fashion over the yesterday. yesterday. So watching that game a little bit.
Oh yeah, it can be some heartbreakers. But yeah, good time. And then we went out to Brooklyn, New York for GCW Fight Night Brooklyn. And that was a blast. Great time. Cool venue. The Roulette Room, it was called. And yeah, it was a beautiful hall with a nice stage. Nice balcony too. Love a good balcony. Good pictures of it. And the first match I had of the night was the SAT Legends against Wasted Youth. Really fun match. I really enjoy watching the Wasted Youth, Dylan and Marcus. Good wrestlers. I enjoy them and the Bang Bros as far as like modern up and coming tag teams like you guys as well. It's cool to see people and get a cohesive tag from all over the country and all over the world. It's really cool to experience that and the bond that the tag teams have. And the SAT are absolute legends, and I was able to to learn a lot by working with those guys. Very fun. From the area too, so the crowd loved them. They had the spot monkeys on the outside too. Yeah, place was going bananas. And the next match I had was Blake Christian against Joey Janela, and that was a fun match. That was about a 25-minute or about 20 minutes in, a door gets brought in and a couple of chairs and a brainbuster through the door and a double stomp on the door. Boom. And I come in for a big slide and pin as Joey's about to get the 1, 2, and my foot gets pulled out at the last second. And I mean last second. It was Charles Mason.
That dirty suburban psychopath.
Yeah, sadistic. We got Blake Christian and Charles Mason in the same scene. A couple of guys with differences to be settled. Some scores to be settled, differences to be made. So yeah, it was very fun. Very fun. Blake gets the curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good show all around. Had a fun time out in Queens that night. New York is really fun. Really enjoy it. Very loud and lots of cars. And it was 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's still.
It could have been 4 or 5 o'clock trying to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like it was the worst rush hour traffic you see around here, even if it's 2 in the morning on a Thursday going into Friday.
Yeah. Definitely can be that way depending on where you are.
That's unbelievable, New York. That's so true. Yep, realized it's a Thursday night here, and there is so much traffic at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
But made sense where we were. But yeah, I had a great time. Then the next day, Friday, it was off to Chicago for freelance wrestling at Irving Hall. The same venue, spent time last weekend or the previous weekend with AAW. We were right back at the same venue, this time with freelance wrestling, and it was the Freelance Rumble. Had a blast. First match I did of the night was to decide who got in the Rumble at number 1, and Trevor Outlaw ended up losing against Chico. Trevor got a little mad and had a little bit of a dispute with me, which came back to haunt him a little bit later. But first, I had a match that was Storm Grayson against Chris Bay. Great match. Chris Bay is a good homie. He's always showing love to referees, and a good guy all around. Always a good experience when he's around. And yeah, he put on a great match against Storm. Storm ended up winning, and he is still the freelance champion. And then intermission, and after intermission was the big freelance rumble, the 1-year anniversary from when I took a big old Foley bump on the outside.
People don't forget.
People don't forget. That's why we're not at Logan Square for about a month here. They're replacing the floorboard that I did.
Your massive weight destroyed.
But this Irving Hall, these are the first 2 shows that have been here, and we are bringing it in well with pro wrestling, and the halls are respecting the referees for sure. because Trevor came out at number 1 and he was cutting a scathing promo until the microphone cut out on him. And then the music hit and it was Eye of the Tiger. And who comes out number 2 but referee Perch?
Hell yeah.
It was a reprise of the role, and had the referee coat, got from Bax's wife many years ago. She's hooked it up with the apparel, and I've gotten the most out of the mileage. And yeah, I ended up really taking my time. I had the water bottle, like the greats, Triple H and John Moxley, made sure to carry it, and took a big swig of water and took my time.
Yep, it was a couple bounces before that hop over the rope. Make sure everything's nice and safe.
Yep, saw my target, took a few bounces, looked around, hopped up, bell rang, dumped Trevor right over the top. Eliminated. So then I realized I had the ring to myself for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Trevor tried to get in, but luckily on my entrance, I acknowledged all my referee pals. It's like I summoned them. I blew some referee wizardry into them. Each one during my entrance, I pointed at him. Donovan, Ned, DJ, and Legend, 2 Juice, because I knew I was rolling with a crew. So
got the number bloodline.
We had numbers out there for real. They blend in, absolutely, but realize who you're dealing with. A referee himself. And Trevor tried to get in the ring, and all the referees made sure he did not. He ended up throwing a chair into the ring, so I took the chair and really egged him on.
Yeah, awesome pick of you with the chair out there.
Really, really egged him on, and slammed it a few times, and he wasn't gonna make it back into the ring. So I made a lap around the ring, went up to the old turnbuckle, and just went nuts. Let pro wrestling run through me, and ended up cleaning up the ring. First chance I had, I straightened out all the turnbuckles. Figured it's a rumble. It's gonna be like
30 like make sure the tag ropes are in order. Don't know if anybody's gonna make a tag, but hey,
yeah. Trevor messed up the skirt, the ring apron, so I had to fix it right away. The ring skirt. But yeah, it was a blast. Made sure to ham it up, and it was fun. Gino came out. I tossed him out last year, so he came back with a vengeance, and he came running with a fistful of chains, and I pulled the rope, and he went flying. He came in too hot. 2 eliminations.
Perch over here trying to have that Brock Lesnar run.
2 eliminations right there. So I was feeling it, and yeah, ready for all comers. Whoever was next, I was gonna go out and die trying. So I was all ready. And who is it but the Iron Demon, Shane Mercer? That's like the one exception. All right. Well, Craig too. I wouldn't. Well, there's many folks, but Mercer, I've seen him all over the country, and he tears it up. I've seen him lift bleachers. I've seen him attempt to lift a house and a car. Yeah, he's a big, strong, crazy fighter, especially at freelance. And he walked in the ring, and as he was coming in the ring, I was doing my push-ups, just like Stone Cold did when he had to face Kane. And I manned up to him, and he said, "I'll give you 2 chances, 2 options. You can either man up, leave this ring, or you can stay here and die." So I was about to leave, but I came right back and gave him the old the taunt of intimidation. In which case,
it did not work.
He goozled me. The all is lost moment, put me over his head for the military press. Went from one corner of the ring, full speed to the other corner, and launched me over the turnbuckle, over the post, over 2 Juice, referee, over the guardrail, over a couple fans, and into the crowd and security. Just gone, disappeared, almost through the curtain. just about within a couple feet from the curtain.
Oh,
it was miraculous.
Yeah, he's super strong, boy.
Yeah, yep. We didn't doubt the ability of the throw. We wanted to ensure the catch. And
Yep.
the catch was money.
Most important.
If you're in the Chicago area, check out Freelance Wrestling and the school, the academy. Great
guy.
People,
They know how to catch.
good students, lifesavers. We put ourselves in each
have
other's
those
arms.
guys at Rocket Pro.
We trust each other with our
And
lives.
me giving Zach a concussion.
And yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it was a great time. Fun freelance wrestling. Fun time in the Rumble. Definitely eliminated. If there was any conspiracy of did his feet touch or not, yes, I'm eliminated. Gone. Gone. Out. Death. Gone. Character got eliminated that night. Non-playable by the end of the night. And then the next night was Freelance Underground. Ended up having Rough Crossing against Gunner Brave. Very fun match. Always fun to work with Rough. And Gunner Brave, been working with him for many years now. Good to see. He picked up the victory in this one. Fun match. Ruffo and Yabo are going to be in the Crockett Cup.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Awesome.
That is awesome. So cool to see.
They better give Jabo another chance after that weekend's performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're showing up, showing out. Next match I had was Devon Monroe against Shane Mercer with James Russo as his manager. Mercer ended up picking up the victory with the moonsault and battery. Brand new day. You could be on the highest of highs or the lowest of lows on any given day in wrestling. But the next day, right back to mopping the floors and sweeping. So I acted like I didn't even know Mercer in hopes that he wouldn't goozle me by the neck, pick me up over his head, and throw me another 15, 20 feet. So I played as cool as I could and acted like nothing happened.
Smart move. Smart move.
I don't know how he felt, but that was a good match, though. Devon Monroe is always a pleasure to work with.
Yeah, he's on
Good,
fire right
good
now.
fire. A few of the matches that I watched over the weekend, Devon took on Brian Keith at the freelance show the day before. That was incredible. Great fight. And the day before in Brooklyn, Tony Deppen took on Zack Sabre Jr. That was an incredible fight. There's a few matches that I watched this week live, and I've got to say they were as entertaining as I've ever seen. And Bang Bros took on Wasted Youth. That was a fun matchup. It was a matchup I thought in my head the night before. Oh, it'd be cool if these guys were to, meet up someday. And wouldn't you know it, it was the next day. That's not always the case. Sometimes you never get those matchups that you think of in your head. In this case, it was literally the next day in the same town that I was at. So cool to see, and I got to watch it. So that was a fun match. I got to work with Wes Barkley and Mojo McQueen. Wes is a very fun person to work with. Straight up heel, good classic heel. He ended up winning. Clean as far as I could see.
Not to our Mojo.
Others
I
may
have doubts
differently. But
Team
as far as
Mojo
I could see,
for Country Air. Country Air is definitely Team Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Except when he threw us, except when he grabbed us by the neck and threw us.
Yeah, except for when he goozled us.
Yeah, got to be careful around those guys. And
Strong, don't forget, bro.
And the final match of the night was Simon Gotch against Kelvin Tankman for the Freelance Underground title in a drop dead drag him out fight. Kelvin Tankman picks up the victory in a strong match, hard hitting. Tankman's still the champ. Very fun weekend. GCW on Fight TV, Freelance and Freelance Underground on IWTV. Super fun times, great shows, safe travels, and fun times.
Hell yeah. Very nice. Let's keep it moving, fellas. So word is coming out that things are not looking good for one Randall Keith Orton. Dad, Cowboy Bob is reportedly saying that doctors saying it's best that he does not wrestle anymore. Which would make, I'm sure, everybody on this podcast very sad, and some of the people that aren't on this podcast right now very sad. So I figured we talk about our favorite Randy Orton moment. And I'm gonna go first because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna take mine if I don't say it first. And I'm the main host. It is going to be his first world heavyweight title win with oh god, I just had the name. With Evolution. When we get the turn for babyface Orton, and we get Triple H with the thumbs up and thumbs down, that would eventually be the foreshadowing for when Batista would eventually win his first and would give it right back. That is like one of those WWE moments that lives forever in my head. Randy on top of Batista's shoulders, the realization, Japanese cyclone suplex onto Randy, just the beat down, the babyface fire that he would have in the next couple months, him battling against his former partners. Like that's just always a moment that's gonna live forever in my mind. That is like a visual I can always see. No matter, like very strongly, and without a doubt, like my favorite Randy Orton moment. Let's go to Zach.
I have a couple. One of my favorite ones though was his feud with the Undertaker, where he was like going crazy and like Undertaker was possessing, and like you would see him in the mirror. As Cowboy Bob Orton starts speaking with Taker's voice, all those like possessions and all that. And how like they even when Taker came back on fire with the casket, just that whole thing with Orton, uh, everything about that was great. I always liked my favorite version of Orton though was always when he was like full blown apex like a Viper. Like when he would just come in and he wasn't a good guy or a bad guy, he would just kind of like come in, fuck up everyone, decide on what he just what's good that day, and do that route.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like only a few guys can get away with that. Orton was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that was my favorite moment. My favorite Orton is Legend Killer Orton.
Oh, dude, I do love me some Legend Killer, especially like when he shook hands of Mae Young.
Yep. That was exactly what I was thinking of.
Hi,
Yeah.
Randy
Just
Orton.
destroying old people.
Oh yeah,
That is by far my favorite Orton.
I mean, a lot of people must love Orton too because let's be. I don't feel like the cutter was as big until Orton started making like the RKO out of nowhere moments.
I don't know if you're a WCW guy or how
I
much
remember. I know Diamond Dallas Page did it, but like
the Diamond Cutter and Bang were big, but Randy definitely took it to a whole nother level. Like that's the thing. You don't hear Diamond Cutter out of nowhere. It is RKO out of nowhere.
very true.
But just like DDP in his time was very good and did make the Diamond Cutter feel like one of those things that was out of nowhere. And you know, kids, the problem with DDP and the Diamond Cutter is that it is at the same time as Stone Cold and the Stunner. That was the problem with the Diamond Cutter. Stone Cold was just such a big star that everybody gave stunners. Now it's RKO's out of nowhere. Perch. Yeah, it's just the competition was different. Perch.
Yeah, Randy Orton, I remember his earliest days. Remember him in that sling, cutting those promos about how he's going to be back. And as soon as he came back, Evolution, he was so cool. Such a big fan. Evolution was the best. I was a big time Randy Orton fan,
Yeah.
especially in that era. Legend Killer era came around. I enjoyed every minute of it. Him against Mick Foley was like the best
Yeah,
storytelling I had
that
ever
was good.
seen. Is that like a backlash that they ended up having a Falls Count Anywhere no DQ match? Like Randy Orton, you could really sink your teeth into the stories he was telling. It wasn't just a wrestler, but it was an era. It was a mood.
Yeah.
It was a generation. It was like the music back then too hit. Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Friggin' always use like SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 entrance was Randy Orton. All of it. All of it.
yeah, best entrance. He had the best music. His music reflected like the modern music of the era. Um, yeah, just I even talking about Randy Orton now, like not even thinking about him being one of my faves. He always has been like
Yep.
underlining, not number one, but like
But like
absolutely
definitely at
from
least
day
top
one,
10. At
been
least top
a
10.
favorite, a favorite
Yeah.
from day one. um, so to see that era and then the him versus Triple H and like that home invasion kind of stuff, where again it was cutting deep. It
Yeah.
was deeper than just punches in the corner. It was an accumulation of a lifetime's worth of hate and frustration and angst, and then growing into an adult and hating it even more. Just storytelling. And then in the back, shaking each other's hands and doing good business because they're learning from one another. Yeah, incredible. Absolutely love it. Those early Randy Ortons were amazing. But to look back, I really, really enjoyed seeing the legend that was Randy Orton from that era hanging with the modern guys in that like 16, 17 era, like
Like the
KO.
Matt Sydal cutter era.
No, like the
A little later.
I'm talking 17, 18, modern day, but 5 years ago now.
Yeah, I mean, so like
With like
Seth
KO,
Rollins,
Sami Zayn,
yeah.
Seth Rollins, Jinder Mahal, great matches. Modern Cena and Randy Orton going at it. AJ Styles and Randy Orton going at it. Like he was the champion in that era too, wasn't he? Old Randy. Like
He might have been for the AJ one. I know the gender match. The gender match is just, I feel, really hindered by the Punjabi prison match. That just is not a good look on camera. But that was super fun. I liked Jinder. I know a lot of people didn't. I liked Jinder's run.
oh, great character.
I just
Great
think the
character.
Punjabi prison match is a little dumb. I would have preferred anything else.
I yeah, I liked him as a good heel, and I liked him when he was a champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randy Orton in that era, like the gender era, um, Randy was having killer matches with
Yeah.
everybody. So yeah, I really, really loved it in that WrestleMania, 31 to 35 era, 36. Like I can't remember what WrestleMania matches he would have had, but they were bangers. Lesnar at SummerSlam
The
in there
AJ
too.
feud. I don't know if that one was at WrestleMania or if either one of them were the champion, but just the AJ going for the phenomenal forearm, Randy trying to catch him with the cutter out of the air, just like that constant storytelling.
Yup. Phenomenal. And Lesnar getting him with the elbow at SummerSlam and calling him. I was hyped to see Randy Orton fight in that match. And then it got cut early, and like it was exactly what it needed to be. But it's like, no, no. Wanted to see Randy Orton, be on a different level on that match. But no, so as far as it goes, a favorite of all time. And yeah, will always love what he did, and his last days with, Riddle were
Yeah,
incredible. They
fun.
were
Yeah,
living life, enjoying. They were a fun lap around.
yeah. Arcade Bro was fun.
Hmm.
Bro, they have the 420 shirts, like which I never thought I would see WWE do,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
in this type of era. And then professional wrestling like nowadays is so smooth. But back then, I remember just watching Randy Orton and like he was so smooth before smooth was smooth.
Yeah, yeah. Before WWE like really accepted smooth wrestling at the top, Randy was like the smoothest.
Like I love like when he ducks the line, catches that backbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty. And like, yeah. ASAP Mitchell might not agree, but definitely like a top 5, top 10.
Like, I don't know where he ranks on the all time on like if you were to be like an objectionable all time list, but definitely like probably top 10 favorite all time for me personally.
Definitely in my top.
Yeah, definitely. All right, fellas, starting to get a little late. We're winding down. Why don't we talk about what we got coming up this weekend? Zach, we'll be in Indiana.
Yes, sir. Making our debut for Revolution Championship Wrestling. Taking on the Bruisers or the
The
Brawlers,
Bruisers.
the Bruisers. They weren't aware, but we were trained by a bruiser, probably one of the best bruisers. So
Yeah,
it
we are
is.
more than ready for this challenge. Looking forward to it. Love those guys. Brutus, Kevin, and all them. So be good to get down there, see some good bros. And put on a good debut match.
Yes, sir. I hope and get a big W.
Yes.
That's
Perch.
about it, right?
Yep, that's it. Perch. What you got?
This weekend we'll be in Detroit at Harpo's nightclub for GCW on Saturday. That'll be probably 7 o'clock on Fight TV. Yeah, absolutely love Harpo's. The fans of Detroit. Always fun for pro wrestling. And that's going to be a fun card, fun people in town. And then we're going to be in Columbus, Ohio the next day, Sunday, at the Valleydale Ballroom. Another incredible venue. Uh, Harpo's in Detroit is a old school rock and roll nightclub. The people smoking, cigarettes and cigars and stuff right in there. Um, and like rock and roll bands like Whitesnake and uh, Foghat, and then we'll be at the Valley Dale Club the next day, and that's in Columbus, where it's like been around since the early 1900s, and they've had every like big band orchestra, um, like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin have been there, uh, Duke Ellington, lots of great big bands and jazz and um, 100+ years worth of history have been through that ballroom. So a lot of good, couple of good, really good music halls with different styles and different history to it. And we'll be rocking the shows with pro wrestling at them both. Uh, Detroit and Columbus. Fight TV, GCW. It should be a fun time.
Nice, nice, nice. And with that, it's about time we take it home. Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
Um, I don't know if Merle Ramsey's listening, but he's been doing a bunch of promoting, getting prepared for August 13th.
Yep.
Looking forward to being a part of the Doom Cup. All the other tag teams, just to let you know, we gonna win. But yeah, like Merle's
we
been.
want the ball. We gonna score.
I'm pretty much gonna say like if you're a tag team looking to do something August 13th, he's having a 16-man tag tournament. So it'd be cool to get as many good brothers in that tournament as possible to
Yep.
beat them up.
All the punches to the face. Perch. Any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, safe travels and best wishes to everybody who's out there recovering from injuries and getting through, making it through, rehabbing, and getting back and getting the rust off, getting back to camp. training, getting back to training, and getting back on that grind. It's a business that doesn't slow down, and it's not going to stop. And every one of us can be replaced just like that. So we have to stay sharp, stay strong, and take time if we need it to get back. Because health is number one, safety is important. We have to make sure we're in good shape so we can take care of everybody else. So yeah, shout out to everybody who's out there on the grind and rocking it for the weekends.
Oh yeah. Good to say myself. Continue to take care of yourselves, everybody. It's one life to live. Be sure to follow us on all social medias. Tell promotions to book us because we like to wrestle and ref. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Let us know your favorite Randy Orton moments down below. This has been the Take It On.
Oh, Randy Orton and that Hell in a Cell against Taker.
Yeah.
Was that a Mania?
I think that was Mania.
Yeah, that was so cool.
I
that
feel like I just
visual of
watched
him
that
up.
recently.
I think Taker was up on top of that cell at the end of it as Randy was like cowering on the outside. Like that was one of the greatest visuals I've ever seen.
That was, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Mania. I feel like I just watched that match.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. Good hype package for that match too. But yes, this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.